Slope is the steepness of a line, or how fast the rise is over the run. So we call it rise over run if we're looking at a graph. It's also known as delta y over delta x, so change in y over change in x. And then the equation we use when we have 2 points is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And we have 2 points, and that's where we get the x1, y1 is the first point. And x2, y2 is the second point. So as long as we know this formula, we're able to do slope. And what do you think people mess up the most? They put the x's on top of the y's. So that's something that you have to remember, is that you're always going to do change in y over top of change in x. So we start out writing our formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And then this point is x1 comma y1. This point is x2 comma y2, just the first x and the first y and the second x and the second y. That's all that means. So then y2 is 4 minus y1 is 6 over x2 is 3 minus x1 is negative 7. So we get 4 minus 6 is negative 2 over. Now what happens when we subtract a negative 7? Minus a negative is plus a positive, so that's going to be 3 plus 7, 10. And we never want to leave a fraction in an unreduced form, so what number goes into 2 and 10 both? 2. So 2 goes into itself once, into 10 5 times, and it was a negative fraction. Let's do another one. Okay, formula once again, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So the second y was 8, the first y was 5, the second x was 3, the first x was 3. So what do we have now? 3 over 0. Is it okay to have 0 in the denominator of a fraction? No. I always say that number over 0 spells no. You can't have that. So that would mean it has an undefined slope. And when you get this answer that the slope is undefined, meaning zeros on the denominator of a fraction, what kind of a line is that? Hopefully you know that that is a vertical line, and its x equals a number. Last one. Okay, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. What happens when we subtract a negative? We add a positive. So negative 5 plus 5 is 0 over 9 minus 4 is 5. Is it okay to have 0 in the numerator? Is that undefined also? No. Number or 0 over a number spells on. You can do that. You're on. So that number is just 0. You have to distinguish. If 0 is in your numerator, the answer is 0. If 0 is in your denominator, the answer is undefined. So this will be what kind of line? If undefined was a vertical line, then hopefully you can guess that a 0 slope is a horizontal line. I always say that you do 0 when you're sleeping horizontally. And that equation would be y equals a number.